Slow, slow, up. Good, one more, breathe. Yeah, gentle touch, go. Hey guys, I'm Dr. Mike Israetel of Renaissance Periodization. I'm a professor of sports science and my specialty area is muscle growth. Today, I want to talk to you about the Atlantis Horizontal Leg Press and explore how wonderful this machine truly is. Let's get started. Let's take a tour of the Atlantis Horizontal Leg Press. First thing, it's called a horizontal leg press because you have to name the machine something. This machine has so many varied uses that you would have like 10 names for it. So let's just cut right to the chase. In this configuration here, which is the machine at its bottommost part, this is almost flat and it operates essentially as a hack squat. So it's a selectorized hack squat. Great. However, if you want, you can make adjustments here and move the seat, and all of a sudden, it becomes a leg press. And if you really like, it can become a leg press that you angle all the way up to this height for whatever it is you want to do. So because this machine is so variable and has multiple different arrangements, if you're looking for a great machine to have in a smaller facility, for a great machine to have in a home gym, this is very high on the list because it is a leg press and a hack squat all in one. There are more than a few combination leg press hack squats on the market, and all of them almost irrevocably are so terrible. It is a bafflement as to how they were ever made or how they were tested, and somebody signed off and said, we're gonna sell this piece of equipment. This actually is an incredible 2-in-1 leg press hack squat, and they really, as advertised, it really does work. Some machines are very poor at accommodating lifters of different heights. Taller lifters and shorter lifters are both super at home on this machine. The berth all the way up that they give you, I mean, I think to stack this machine up to vertical, you might have to be like 8'1" or something insane that no one is ever gonna be able to be. So this machine accommodates tall lifters, no problem. And the thing is, tall lifters struggle with a lot of machines that weird ranges of motion, or they're trying to lock out and they have to stop at the top. None of that BS here. On the bottom end, I do have an extra custom insert platform here. Luckily, Atlantis has engineered their machine that this thing is very easy to insert. That's because I'm really, really short. For almost everyone, you won't need this thing. And the Atlantis custom platform itself is unbelievably high friction, such that you will never experience in a million years, no guarantees, you will never experience foot sliding or any of that kind of instability. The movement of this apparatus up and down, back and forth, is unbelievably smooth. You would think that's the case with most machines, but it's not. Atlantis really did this right. This thing is slick and smooth. It's almost as if you're squatting on a regular hack squat, but it's selectorized. So not only is the rig itself really smooth, the selectorized weight stack moves incredibly fluidly up and down. It is incredibly easy to change out. Look at that. Like, you can't fake this kind of footage. 400-pound weight stack, which is like pretty damn heavy, right? It will get the job done for almost everyone, unless you're freak ultra elite powerlifter strong. Then you can do sets of 20 on here and it still punishes you. Almost everyone is gonna get a lot of this weight stack, and because there is space here, and because it is very intelligently designed, you can put a gym pin apparatus in and load even more weight if you so choose. However, you'll notice these go by increments of 20. No worries, because we've got increments of 5 here, and we can basically rig the situation in such a way that we get almost any increment we want out of the device. It's unbelievable. You can go up by 5 pounds all the time. Super, super great. It works ultra well. There's never a range of motion problem with this. It works unbelievably well. The handles are super comfortable. There's a material they're using on these, which is the grippiest thing ever. This is a material that I would say, with a little bit of chalk, is about as grippy as a VersaGrip gripper. I think it's a very similar material. I mean, holy crap. There's no weird slipping. It sucks when you're grabbing a handle on a hack squat and you're moving up and you're sweating in your hands and it starts to slip out on you. These pads will catch you, that's not a problem, but just to have that solidity here is a huge deal. The pads are very comfy, but they're not too squishy. I hate it when you get squishy pads, go into the machine. The more weight you put on the machine, the more the bottom part leverages because the pads get squishier and squishier. These are comfortable, but just firm enough for the lift to feel almost the same no matter how much weight you have on the actual device. Double connecting rods to this platform here, which means that no matter how much weight you're pressing, there's no weird, like, for lack of a better term, hysteresis on this machine. As you press, there's not a weird tilting of one side to another. In some of these selectorized machines, you absolutely get that. Nothing like this in this Atlantis machine. The platform feels completely orthogonal to your range of motion. It is exactly perfectly aligned. The plate is even aligned super well at a slight decline, so you get a slight heel effect. This machine is designed to blast your quads, and it will do it super, super well. Whether you have weightlifting shoes, or even if you don't have weightlifting shoes, just move your feet up and down on the machine a little bit and it works super, super well. Super sturdy, rigid construction. It took like 800 people to move the machines in here. I'm pretty sure it weighs 1 trillion pounds. That's a great thing. It's not flimsy, it's steady, it's stable, so you can go ham on it and everything works super, super well. I got this machine because I used a similar machine somewhere else. There was a similar older machine in Las Vegas. I purchased this one, never having tried it, but I've tried other Atlantis machines and they just never miss. They never miss. I got it. First time I tried it, I was like, ah, yes, that's what I wanted. Like, it's an experience of getting like a laptop or a cell phone that you really want, and you turn it on and everything, and the colors are brighter than you thought. And it just works better than I thought. How do you best use this Atlantis horizontal leg press for hypertrophy and for strength? What I'll say is this: it's probably not the best machine to use for strength because it is very machine-like. It's on a specific track. It has a slightly lower frictional component, a bigger stability component. Free weights and plate-loaded machines are probably mildly superior to strength. For hypertrophy, for your quads, this machine has one of the best stimulus to fatigue ratios ever. Why? First of all, super full range of motion. It's an amazingly engineered piece of equipment. It's super smooth, which is awesome because it has very low friction, which is probably good for hypertrophy because you feel that eccentric pain all the way down. So here's how to use this. Higher repetition sets of 10 to 20 and even more sets of 20 to 25, brutal. You can lock out at the top and it feels like there's so little force throughput and instability. Locking out at the top, even if you're not a big fan of it, and you don't have to do it, it feels ultra safe. Milking that slow eccentric just feels amazing. As you squat down, it throws your quads forward automatically, and it's just quads, 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 quads. And you're essentially using your quads just to brake on the way down. And then on the way up, it's actually a little bit easier, which is like so great. It's almost like an eccentric, accentuated, loaded machine in the way it functions in real life. Beautiful. Sets of 10 to 20 with myo reps. Why the myo reps? Getting into this machine is easy, but it's like you got to contort yourself and really set up. It's like getting into any machine. It takes a little bit of setup, like, 20 or 30 seconds. Once you're in here though, if you lock the machine out at the top, you feel with 400 pounds full stack, legit folks, I'm not BSing you. You feel like there's half or less of the weight on your shoulders. I don't know what components are taking up the load and salesman shit. Quite frankly, I don't care, Bob. It feels super light on your shoulders, but heavy on your legs. Geez, if that's not a minimization of axial load and a maximization of SFR, I don't know what is. It's awesome. So if you're doing myo reps, you do a set of 10, you lock out at the top, you breathe 3-5 seconds. It doesn't feel like it's draining you. With locked out knees, you feel totally fine. You get a big rise in performance after. You buy yourself multiple high quality reps. You do another little mini myo rep set. You go again and again and again. You can do 2, 3, or 4 myo rep pauses in a set here and get 100% away with it. Another quick recommendation. The range of motion here is so big, and the loading is so easy on your core and so hard on your legs. High reps here, you wanna be able to breathe as well as possible. So I would actually say, don't use a belt on here. I used to use a belt on this machine, and then I stopped and I realized I was getting 3 or 4 extra reps because I could breathe better through those high rep sets. So no belt, weightlifting shoes, I highly recommend. Get in here, warm up. I would really recommend a 1 over warm up. So for example, let's say you're using 300 pounds for working sets, go to 320 as your last warm up potentiation, do 2 to 4 slow repetitions with it, real meticulous, good technique. Rest whatever, 3 minutes, go back to 300. It's gonna feel like a breeze in the best possible way. Breeze for your lungs, breeze for your back, breeze for your shoulders, easy on the hips, terror of 1,000 worlds on your quads. Folks, that's it. Here's the deal. If you have the funds and you have a small facility of your own, even a garage gym, because this is a combination leg press and hack squat, it really is 2 machines in one. This is a very good purchase for its footprint. It definitely looks exotic. It's definitely heavy, but heavy machines are good. Pain in the ass to transport, amazing once they stay where they are because they basically don't move. You can't really break them. If you want to buy this for your facility, I highly recommend it. If you have folks seriously training for hypertrophy, I highly recommend it. Now watch this. If you have folks that are not into the hardcore scene and they want a machine that's effective, smooth, and comfortable, this is one of these rare machines that is both. Usually hardcore machines hurt you and they scare away old women, but they work really well. And then the soft, stupid machines don't really work, but old ladies and old men love them. This machine checks both boxes. So if you run a big Globo gym, corporate gym, or if you run a hardcore facility, this machine is your choice. Atlantis, you knock this one out of the park.